What if the most famous story about human longevity was never really about age at all? What if the numbers were wrong but the warning was real? Because there is a place on earth where people appear to resist aging, and the truth behind it is far more unsettling than immortality. For decades, the world believed this town had cracked a secret modern life forgot. No visible decline after 40, no slow collapse into frailty, men working fields under a burning sun, women walking miles into old age. Doctors were baffled, journalists were convinced. But stories like these don't spread because they are true, they spread because we want them to be. Hidden in the southern mountains of Ecuador is a quiet valley called Vilcabamba. Locals call it the Valley of Longevity. In the 1960s and 70s, this place exploded into global headlines. Newspapers claimed the impossible. People living 120, 130, even 140 years old. Photographs showed men supposedly over a century still farming without canes, still standing tall. Western media didn't question it, they amplified it. And just like that, a legend was born. According to early reports, Vilcabamba had defeated decay itself. Heart disease was rare, cancer was almost unheard of, arthritis barely slowed anyone down. People didn't retire, they simply kept living. Explanations poured in. Mineral-rich mountain water, high-altitude air, a simple plant-based diet, low stress, tight family bonds, a life without clocks. Vilcabamba became proof that aging was optional, that humanity had forgotten something ancient, but legends don't survive scrutiny. When scientists stopped listening to stories and started checking records, everything began to fracture. Birth certificates were missing, church records didn't align, census data contradicted family claims, names repeated across generations. In some cases, a father, a son, and a grandfather shared the same name and the same age. Sometimes years were exaggerated, sometimes inherited, sometimes simply unknown. When researchers cross-checked parish logs, family trees, and legal records, the miracle collapsed. Most villagers weren't 120 or 140. They were 70, 80, 90. Still impressive, but not immortal. So no, Vilcabamba does not stop aging at 40, but the story doesn't end there. Even after the numbers were corrected, something didn't vanish. Villagers aged differently. They stayed mobile longer. Chronic disease arrived later. Disability wasn't inevitable. Their diet wasn't revolutionary, just unprocessed, little sugar, almost no industrial food. Their exercise wasn't exercise, it was life. Walking, farming, carrying, moving every single day. No gyms, no supplements, no hacks. So while the ages were inflated, the health wasn't. Vilcabamba wasn't a town where people didn't age. It was a town where aging wasn't rushed. Let's be clear. There is no verified place on earth where humans biologically stop aging. There is no community where time simply gives up. Vilcabamba isn't proof of immortality. It's a mirror. The myth was born from poor record keeping, media exaggerations, and our desperation to believe aging can be escaped. But the truth is quieter and harder to face. Because once the myth collapsed, it revealed something uncomfortable. Modern life may be aging us faster than nature ever intended. Not through time, but through stress, isolation, ultra-processed food, and stillness. Vilcabamba didn't defeat aging. It simply didn't accelerate it. So the real question isn't whether you could live forever. It's this. If living simply, moving daily, and staying deeply connected could slow how you age, what would you be willing to give up? And that's the part most viral videos leave out.